Hey there, how is it going, everyone? In this video, we're going to be talking about a very important concept in object-oriented programming known as inheritance. Inheritance allows us to create child classes out of parent classes, and these classes need to have a relationship of ease between them. For example, let's say a car is a vehicle, a teacher is an employee, and so on and so forth. In this case, we are going to carry on with our class employee, and we see how we can implement a relationship between a teacher and an employee. So we're going to have our parent class as an employee, interact employee. This is going to be our parent class. And then we're going to have a child class. In this case, is going to be a teacher. So now our job is going to be to implement this and show how inheritance is going to work. So let's try to do this. So I'm going to create a class, and this class is going to be the employee class. So this employee class is going to have an initializer function. So I'm going to create init and then pass in all the attributes that an employee is going to have, such as the name, the email, and an age. And then we're going to also initialize this. So I'm going to say self dot name is going to be name. So we may also say self dot email is going to be the email. And then we're also going to pass in self dot the age is going to be the age in this case. Now, after doing this, the next thing is going to be to create a method on this class. So I'm going to create a simple method that's going to return an age when we need it. So I'm going to create this method by saying get age, and then I'm passing in self because I'll need to get the age for a particular for the object I'll be calling this method on. That's why I'm passing in self. So this will just return self dot age. And once we get self dot age, we are going to be able to return the age of this particular employee. So let's create a teacher class that's going to inherit all the public attributes and all the public methods that belong to the class employee. So to do this, I'm going to come and create that class. So I'm going to create a class, and this class is going to be a class of teacher. It's going to inherit from an employee, and to do this, I'm just going to pass in the employee class. And when I pass in the employee class, this statement reads as a teacher is an employee. Or we can also say that a teacher inherits from the employee class. So we are going to create an initializer function that is going to have the same properties as the employee class. So to do this, I'm going to say def underscore underscore init, and then we're going to say self because this has to be init. So this is going to be self. Then you'll have to pass in all the properties of our base class or our parent class. So you need to pass in the name and the email. You need to pass in the name, the email. I'm also going to pass in the age, and this I'll initialize. So I'll also create one specific attribute to the teacher class. Let's call this the classroom. So after doing this, the next thing is going to be self dot, and I'll say self dot. This is going to be the name. So I'll instead special the only attribute of this class I'm going to initialize is going to be the specific attributes. In this case, it's the classroom. So I need to say self dot classroom. And once I do this, I can call the initializer function since it's a public method. So I'm going to call that public method in the teacher class. And once I call that, I'm going to say this is going to be employee dot underscore underscore init. We're going to call it with all its properties. So I'll say self, then name, and then email. And then we're also going to pass in the age. And once I do this, we shall be able to call all the public attributes and all the public methods of the employee class. So I made a mistake here. Let me correct it. So it will be equal to classroom. Now I'm going to create a teacher object, and we try accessing the various public attributes as well as public methods that belong to the parent class, which is the employee class in this case. So to do this, I'm going to come right down here, and then I'm going to say we're going to have a new teacher, and this new teacher is going to be a teacher. So this teacher is going to have all the properties of the employee class, such as the name. So we're going to pass in the name as Joe. We're also going to pass in an email. This email is going to be joe@company.com. Then the next thing we're going to pass in is the age. So I'll say the age is going to be equal to, let's say, 35. And then we can also create the classroom. Let's say classroom as, let's say, class 5. So in this case, we have this employee, this teacher who is an employee and has the following attributes. So this means that we can call all the methods that we wrote in the employee class on this particular employee who is a teacher. So to do this, I'm going to just come and print. I'll just print new teacher dot get, and then I'll call the age. When I do this, I'm going to save. I'm going to open up my terminal and run this code. So I'm going to say Python inheritance.py, and this is going to return the age of the teacher. So we can also have other methods that are within the teacher class. So I'm going to create a simple method, and in this case, I'm going to say def, and this is going to be display information. So this is going to display the information of a teacher object. So I'm going to pass in the self, and what I will do in this case is to simply print the information. So I'm going to print, so this is going to print teacher, and we shall pass in the various attributes that teacher has. So we shall say name. So I'm going to make this an F string. So I'm going to press an F here and then pass in the various variables we may want to print in this string. So I'll say self dot name, and then I can say that this teacher is going to have an email. Let's say email is going to be equal to, I can call self dot, this is going to be email. Let me correct this. So I may also say that this teacher has an age of, this is going to be self dot age. So instead of calling self dot age, I can refer to the public method, which is get age, within our employee class. So instead I can say employee dot get age, since this one is an employee. And lastly, I can print the class of this particular employee. So I'm going to say this is going to have a class equal to, this is going to be self dot classroom. So I'm going to call this method on a teacher object, and what this is going to do is going to return that information. So I'm going to print this. I'm going to also say print new teacher dot get age, new teacher dot display info. When I call this method, I'm going to save. When I run this, get age missing one required positional argument self. So let's try to see this. So in this case, it's employee dot get age. So it's actually new teacher dot get age, since we are calling it on this new teacher. So we're going to say new teacher dot get age. Then I'm going to run this code again. When I run this code again, we see that it's now returning our information as we are in need of it. So let's try to also learn some special method or special function called the super function. Let me to call this the super function. Now the super function is a very important function, and what it helps us to do is to access the name of the parent class without necessarily calling the name of the parent class. If you're to realize, we've been calling methods of the employee class by saying employee dot. For example, when you are referring to the init method of the teacher, we call the employee dot underscore init. And in this case, we can replace it with a super function. So I'm going to come and change this to the super function. So I'm going to come and change this, and we shall have super and call this super function. So what this super function normally does is to call the parent class. So super means employee in this case. And for every place we may have employee dot and we are calling a method of the employee class, we shall be calling the super method. In this case, I'm referring to super dot underscore underscore init. And in this case, we shall not need the self attribute. So I'm going to remove the self, and then we shall have the various attributes that you want to call of the employee class. So I'm going to look for everywhere we have the employee. So we are having employee here, and this is the only place we are going to add the super function. Now to test this, I'm going to save. And when I save this code, I'm going to run with Python inheritance I, and this is going to also work as we expected. In this video, I've been able to show you how we can be able to write classes that inherit from other classes. And we've also looked at the super function that helps us to refer to the parent or the base class. Thank you for watching this video. And if you're new to this channel, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for videos just like this. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.